Today, I'm doing makeup with my mom, Joanne, and this woman has taught me more about beauty than any beauty book ever could. She shows up with energy and love and kindness, and that to me is what true beauty is.
Thank you, Ellie.
Okay, she's going to do her routine, and I am going to coach her through her routine. And she, of course, is using all Authentic Beauty and her Jenny's Beauty. She's already prepped with Smooth Canvas. And we did our brows earlier, so you can watch our fun brow moments. And we talked about the importance of the brow structure. So I'm gonna let her do her routine, and then I'm gonna level her up how I wanna coach most of my women, which is to talk about the key things that you can do to bring structure. Because what we're talking about now, and what's so important to me, is that you all don't appear faceless. That's one of the reasons why brows are so important. Being able to balance your features with your makeup brings out who you are. And then of course there's makeup as self-expression. We want to walk out the day, like Nana used to say, don't be the troll under the bridge. So we want to have our features defined, because as we get older, our features tend to fade. And we did her brows, and the brows add the structure. So even if she didn't wear any other makeup today, you never leave the house without your brows, right?
Never.
So now are you going to have to worry about that right now?
No, not for a while, at least for 6 weeks. I'll be all good. Then I'll have to start using my,
Or she needs to come visit
I
me.
have to come to see her again. So the first thing I do is I use my primer that came from Allie, and I put that on, a little dot. And she told me I used to have to do this 5 times. She says, nah, Mom, you don't have to do that.
Just kind of go one area at a time and blend it in. She's using her fingers, and whenever you use your fingers like this, she's already prepped with her moisturizer, so this should be a whole lot easier to move, because we really talk about she's got her skin really nice and smooth and really hydrated, so it makes this step so much easier, and she really wouldn't be able to use a tinted primer the way that she does if her skin wasn't as cared for as it is. Okay, so then do you remember after you apply, what are you supposed to do?
I'm supposed to use that brush now.
You apply, and then you blend.
And then I blend.
And then
I think
blend.
you stole my blending.
Use this one.
But I had one too.
Here it is.
Let me use my
Okay,
own.
she wants to use her
I
own.
want to use my own.
One thing you can do is smile when you're putting your makeup on. The reason why you want to smile is so that you're
Getting
working
those
it in.
lines. Those
Try
lines
to-
that no one wants, but everybody has.
Exactly. Okay, such a good job. Look at how good that looks.
I always
And
watch
then-
the chin because I don't want it
Yeah,
to
and
be...
you want to go to your umbrella handle right here. We call this the umbrella handle because that's the whitest part that doesn't get any sun. So you want to blend on this point, especially since she lives in Florida. It's really important that she does that.
I get my lovely little 3-in-1, which hides everything. And I use this to apply.
When you use the 3-in-1 with this flat foundation brush, it's actually going to give her more coverage. Now, I don't want you to do as much concealer as you just did. So from now on, I want you to do that last. Because if you're going to do eye makeup and anything spits under there, you're going to have a lot to clean up, and you might have to even wipe it off and start over. One of the things that you can do is smile, look for where your spots are, and be really deliberate. You see how just by tapping that in, they're not flaws. They're just some dark spots on your face. So then once that's in, what do you do next?
Then I blend again.
Okay, perfect. Be a little more deliberate in your blending, like stipple a little bit more. So instead of wiping, you do this kind of motion.
More of a padding.
And then look for wherever your skin is kind of peeking through. That's called stippling, where you're pushing it into the skin. S-T-I-P.
With an I,
Yes.
yeah.
There you go.
Stippling.
Stippling.
Not stapling. Good way to remember it. I like to remember things by association.
Perfect. Well, that's how you remember things, right? Our brain will remember these. I think that looks fantastic.
So now, what do I do next? I have my eyebrows on, so I'm all good with that.
Right.
Shall I do some eyeshadow today?
Okay, so you know what you're going to do? We're going to change it.
I'm going to change it.
You know what we're going to change? You should be doing your lipstick next. Okay, so I'm going to tell you why.
That's right. You did tell me that.
Okay.
And sometimes I start and I go,
Okay.
whoops, you need to see the color.
So if we turned her into a grayscale and looked at her like she was a black and white picture, when we look at the color of her eyes, which are dark, and now her brows match, which this has been her brow color since she was younger and even lighter. And then we look at what the darkest color of her hair is. We need to make sure that that lip color balances off, and she naturally gravitates towards reds, darker pinks, roses, and things that complement it. I have the same thing where now that I'm a little bit older, I have no color in my lips. So naturally we tend to not have any color. So we're going to try an experimental one today. The lip gloss, that's a stain. I want you to try this. It is a stain and a gloss all in one because we want that lip color to last. The hardest thing with the darker lip colors is it doesn't really last. This brush is also really great. It's pointy, so it really helps to get that color on. Try also, there you go, good. Keep that lip tight. And if you actually keep your lips a little bit more together, you'll have a tighter place.
Like that?
Yeah. Okay, how does that feel? With her coloring, it looks great. What do you think?
No, it came off my teeth easily.
How does it feel on the lip?
It feels nice. It feels light and soft, and it's not sticky.
So we'll apply one more coat at the end of the session, but this is to get it started. All right, so now if you look, the dark color is matching from here to here. So now when you put your blush on, blush should be next. It's really delicate and balanced against it. When you're applying it, it shouldn't be darker, right? There's blush blindness too,
right,
where it shouldn't be darker. And actually, we wouldn't be filling in your brows yet because you would put your lipstick on. If you decided to do a lighter lipstick and your brows are too dark for that lipstick, then your brows are going to be the main thing, right? So we want to create that kind of balance. So now what I want you to do is apply your blush the way that you would. And I'm going to put your 3-in-1 away. You're using this as a blush brush. Oh my gosh, this is too big for her face. And I don't know how she still has this brush.
I have a new one. Does this work better?
No.
None of those are.
This is a teaching opportunity. The size of the brush works the size of the space that you're working. So this takes over your entire face.
This is the original blush brush I had from way back.
This is definitely the wrong brush because everybody knows size of the face, size of the brush. And the only size that we're putting on is your blush is going to go right here, right in this area, top of your ear. Smile. That's the apple of the cheek. So we want to keep it here. We want to keep it out really of this apple, and we want to put it right there. And this is too big of a brush for that. So we're going to use my brush. Okay. So this one, you see how this fits right in there. How many times do you load the brush? Do you remember?
No.
Okay. You want to load the brush 3 times and you want to go like this. Okay. So we're taking her palette, this is our lovely kit pack because we love these, and she gets all of her colors that she loves. And we're going to take the color. We're going to use kind of the plummy. Well, you know what? Today we're going to mix the two. We're going to mix them. And we're going 1, 2. Do you see how this is building up? I can't show you this right here, but we have a towel down here. And when you load the brush, it's going to be a more even application than having to go back in. And that's sometimes where blush streaks. Okay. So
now do it.
Smile. Okay, keep it lower. Keep it a little lower. So you went into your eye space. A little lower than that. Okay. Head up. Right. Look for your spots. Right here to there. There you go. Okay. So smiling helps you to really see where this is. See that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we want to stay out of that area. Okay. So try the other side.
Smile.
There you go. You might need to load a little bit more. See how much easier it is when you're loading the brush? So go, nope, do it 3 times.
That's the 3rd time.
Okay, good. Smile. There. Okay. So much better, right? Okay. So then after you apply, you're going to use this brush to blend now. Okay. So now you're going to blend. Smile when you do this. I don't know why you want to make that face. Okay.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you want to make that face. People see you smiling. So you want to do your makeup so they see you don't walk around like making like this.
I don't know. It's in that.
Okay. That's awesome. Okay, look at how much better that looks. That was your first skill. Like, look at how much better. I know you're not really using any contour, and we haven't talked about that very much. I'm going to show you what that does. This is kind of an evening / cool thing to do if we want to level you up and give your cheek a little more structure. I'm going to use her brush, and this is just a bronzer, an experimental one that I've been working with. I want to also see how it works on her, and I'm loading the brush 3 times. Feel how cool that feels. Isn't that cool? So it's like a creamy powder. This is where you make your fish face. Go like this. So now we're going half under. Look at how that gives you texture. And then we're going to blend, right? So now we made some cheekbones. So now we're looking right under the bone there. Very deliberate. And we just blend it out. So there's no lines of demarcation. But look at how that gave you a little bit more of a cheekbone. So we're seeing a little bit more on here. So I'm just lining it up. So when you do that, if ever you stick, you just kind of run it through like that. There you go. Looking so good there. All right. So now she's going to do her eye makeup. She always does a great job. And we're experimenting now with some liquid eyeshadows to really make her life easier and better. Do you want to use the brow highlighter first? So did I give that back to you?
Oh, hit this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you should do that first.
Which one?
The matte side under the brow.
I know, but which color?
Matte one.
Oh, this is matte.
Mm-hmm. So that goes first under the
And this goes underneath.
Yeah. And that is really to help even out that skin. We've smooth canvassed her under there, so it's really nice and smooth. That's where we have a lot of discoloration in our eye makeup. We'll get really screwed up. And we don't want to use a ton of powder because the powder doesn't look natural. So what we want to do is we want to take that, and then you want to take a brush like this and blend. I don't know if you have one that's like that.
I do. This one?
Let's see. Yes, use that one, please. There you go. So be a little more deliberate whenever you're doing your makeup, like no wide sweeping motions.
Just more.
Yep. Very deliberate.
Stippling.
Yep, exact. Stippling, yes.
Oh, stippling.
Okay. Great. Perfect. Now I'm going to let her play. Okay.
So typically what I do is I do my wider brush here. And I do the top first. Let me get, this one goes over entire eye.
Okay.
So I'm going to use a lighter one because it's daytime. So I'm going to use this fleshy color.
Here, I'm going to show what this is. Okay.
Here.
This one, right?
The bone color.
Yeah. Bone color. Okay.
In the evening,
now you're going to remember to load the brush 3 times, please. So you don't have to work so hard. And it's more even. No, don't do that. Go on your towel and do it 3 times.
Oh, geez.
Load the brush, load the brush, load the brush.
I didn't realize I had to do that with everything.
Think about if you were painting a wall, would you go into the paint tray and just flap the brush up on the wall? No, you would go in and you roll it. Look at how much better that goes. Isn't that amazing?
And is there enough for both eyes?
No, do it again.
3 times?
Even, just do it fast, right on the thing. You see how light it is? Look at how much better. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is it easier? Well, it's more deliberate.
And I don't have to go back.
It makes your life easier to do it this way, not harder.
Okay. So now the darker on the bottom. So load it again.
Same thing. Be very deliberate when you have the dark. Okay. So you see how you're wiping it. What I want you to do is really push it. And this is kind of an angly brush. So you want to just kind of see how you push right in there with it. Now do it.
Now
it's going to be so much easier.
This goes on the bottom.
Now go very slow. Okay, you have to really go slow when you do that because otherwise you're going to put that product everywhere. Okay, I'm going to do this. So you see how you got it everywhere? That's because you took the brush and you did these wide sweeping motions. Okay, so we're going to go in. We're going to go 3 times. Take the brush and you're going to deliberately, you feel how I'm pressing? Just on the lid. This brush is designed to go in your crease like this. Very deliberate.
I always did the sweeping motion.
Okay, no.
Okay.
You have tiny eyes.
Load it again 3 times.
Yep. And I want you to be very deliberate. This is so much fun.
All right, here we go. See, I do this. Is that okay?
No, you don't need to.
It's just hard. Sometimes it feels
Raise your eyebrow instead of pulling. Now close your eye. Just kind of look down. How does that feel okay?
It feels all right.
Because that's what you see with your eye. Right, hit your lid.
See,
there you go.
If I spread it a little bit.
Okay. All right. So now that you did that, take your blender brush. Get your blender. The big one. That one.
I got a square one.
Use that one.
This one?
No, the big one. Yeah, that's the one I want you to use. Now when you blend, kind of go in this way. If you go this way, it's going to end up down here.
So go from the outside.
So your eye space goes from here to here. We don't want any shadow to come down past here. And then you want to wipe between eyes because you see how much product is on there. You don't want to carry that onto the other side. So you want to clean as you go. That's why we want a working towel. You've got unbelievably beautiful light in here. Good. Let's see how we did. All right, so you see how you're a little darker in that crease right there. So now if you want to add more, do you want to blend or do you want to add more in the crease?
I blend.
Okay, great. So if you want to blend, let's go back with a stronger brush. And now we're going to wipe this away. I'm going to add a little bit more in here though. So you see how I'm going outside to in like this. And also the harder you press, the more color you're going to get. So it's better to have a lighter hand and kind of go in that way. Much better. So then when we blend, here's another trick. We're going to take your lighter color or bone color. And now look at that. Ah, okay.
That's nice.
And then see how you spit under there because you had product. This is why we don't do concealer until last. Everybody does this. You're not the only one. You're moving along and the next thing you know, you spit underneath the eye. So it's really important. Do you have Q-tips handy?
Yes, right in here.
Okay. So your Q-tip is your friend. See, she's got them handy. Q-tips are your friend. And you go in and you clean up under here. Like, look at how much is on this Q-tip. And there's more over here. Before you add any concealer,
make sure you get all that off.
Because if you put concealer on top of that, it's no bueno. Okay. So now just take a little bit of your 3-in-1 and do your concealer again. Now, do you usually line your eyes at this point?
So for the evening wear, typically, not so much in the day. Did I use my finger to just do this?
Yeah, just do a little bit. Now smile so you see your lines. Okay, good. And then you can use, do you have a little concealer brush? You have a brush that's like this? Yes, that will work great. When you do the concealer, you're going to take this brush like this, and then you want to warm it up a little bit. Okay, so whenever you have a concealer, and particularly the 3-in-1, you want to use it thicker, you get, show up here. Okay, so all I'm doing is I'm warming her up right here. You can see the amount of coverage. Now go and put in a light touch deliberately where you think you need to cover your dark circles. Okay, perfect. Here's another little trick. If you keep this brush clean, go this way with it, okay? And circle those leftovers all the way up and around. Do that and see how that feels. See how that looks. Look at that. So much better. Okay, so can you see we need more blush? Yes. See how that just faded you out? So now we need to add a little more blush just if we're looking like from a balance. Now that we got your eye makeup on, now you need more blush. Do some more for me. See if she learned her new technique. See if she can blend. Sometimes the hardest thing about changing your makeup is that we're so used to doing things smile the way we normally do them. So it makes it really hard to make changes, right? Oh, look at that. Looks so good. Okay, you apply and then you what?
Then you blend.
Smile. Look in the camera. You're so balanced and awesome. Okay, so the last 2 tips that I have for her, and this would have been something she should have done when we started, which is tight lining. This is the coolest thing ever. We're going to use the Beauty for Real Black Magic. So I'm going to do one side and then you're going to do the other. Look in the mirror for me. Look that way. You're going to look down and open them, but look down. So we would have done this first so that this would have had a chance to settle in her eye. Now look up a little closer so they can really see the difference. Look right there. And you can see the difference that tight lining makes on the eye. It's really pretty amazing. Now I want you to do it. So you're going to just look straight ahead. You're going to keep your eye open. You don't have to lift your eye. You don't have to lift it.
Don't have to?
Nope. You just open it really wide and you're aiming for the base of your lash line. Right? So go at the outside. You don't have to hit the corner. Yeah, right there. And then head in the middle. There you go. So you're heading right at the base of the lash line. See how easy that is? So just do it one more time. As you get used to it, you'll be able to feel.
There, it's there.
Look at that.
Whoa.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh?
I never did that before.
I learned this from this amazing makeup artist. This is one of the best tricks for mature women. It's really hard to have eyeliner on. That's one of the reasons why I made this tiny liner, which she was saying she wasn't doing it all the time.
I have mine.
Okay, great. Okay. So she's going to tiny line now. We're going to finish this up, add mascara.
A lot of times I try to get
you
closer.
Can pull your eye. Exactly. And you want to start from the outside and go in. Sometimes that's way easier. And just feel for your lash line, right? You can feel.
See here, you end up with a little bit wider line.
Why that's happening is you're pressing harder. So you want to press lighter, right? Think art class. When you press harder, you get a harder line. When you go lighter, you get a lighter line. That looks great. There you go. The advantage to this is it's waterproof. It's not going to smudge. It's tiny. And even if you got hands that are shaky, it's okay. So you went outside, going the other way.
This way?
Nope.
The other
start
way.
the outside and go in. There you go. If you go the other way, you'll have more of a chance.
I started a railroad though, like
it's okay.
off. Like,
yeah, because you went the other way. But see, it still looks great. Right? It's great.
Does. I like the
that
skinny
is
liners
so
way
much
better.
Okay. And then
when I was younger, they had this eyeliners with a brush. They were much wider. So you ended up making
so look at how much better that looks, right? Yeah, they're much wider. So now we're going to add mascara. I'm going to have you use my mascara. This is new, experimental. Just pull. There you go.
Whoa.
Okay, so this has got a special brush that it should work great on mature. Chin down just a little bit. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the mascara.
So this is an experimental mascara with this special brush. And you're not having to work so hard, are you?
No.
And you're only really on one coat. So she's going to report back and tell me what she thinks. What do you think?
I like it.
Let's look underneath your eyes. Oh, you look great. It looks fantastic. How do you feel?
Good.
So this last experimental thing I'm going to do, other than me, you're the only other person that gets to have this on right now. This is a setting. It's supposed to be a mattifier. It's going to take the place of powder, and it has smoothing properties. So if we keep the 3-in-1 and we do this, this makes the pores look smaller. It has some of that Acamella ocellera, and if it makes the pores look smaller, it should make the wrinkles look smaller. Okay, it's totally doing it. Oh, it's the coolest thing.
What makes my daughter happy?
Oh my God, smile, smile, smile. Okay, see that?
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Oh, it looks really good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so that's instead of a powder.
Up, I got a little cleanup to do on my mascara.
Okay,
I see that.
okay. Yep, that's why we do this. Usually you would even do mascara, right, before you put on your concealer, just for exactly that reason. Here's your Q-tip, and never use your finger. You look gorgeous. Okay, so now that we're cleaning up a little bit, tell me what beauty meant to you when you were younger.
When I was younger, I did not come from an experience other than through dance where they put bright red lipstick on you on the stage, but they didn't really go with a lot of makeup. And the women in my life didn't wear much makeup at all. They had lipstick, they had mascara maybe. I remember experimenting with my mom a little bit with eyeshadows when I was in high school, but having gone to a girls' Catholic school, we weren't allowed to wear makeup, and there weren't any boys there, so there was no one to impress. So you just got up, washed your face, brushed your teeth, and ran off to school. The situations we have now, I watch all the teenage girls, and they go off looking like they're going to the prom. I never had that experience. Even when I went to college, on campus, the only time we really dressed up and did nice makeup was if it was a dance, what do you call those things in colleges where you had the mixers and stuff. Yeah. Then you were trying to catch a boyfriend or something. But for the most part, no, it wasn't until I started working and started teaching, and I wanted to always look really nice. I remember even shopping for the first set of dresses I bought for school, and I always dressed up for school. I had to have shoes that matched my outfit. I taught in high heels every day. I never left the house unmade up. And the children, even though they were little children, because I taught elementary school, they would gather at my feet. They would touch my legs, feel my shoes. They would hug me and say, "You smell so good." It was very important to me to have that appearance as an example. I always was a lipstick person because I felt washed out without lipstick. Now I try to even keep it in my pocket if I have a pocket. If I'm at a party, I can reapply.
Okay, so here's a question. Do you feel more beautiful now?
Absolutely.
There's no hesitation.
When you're raising kids and you're working, you're hanging on with the best you can do. But now I have a little more time for me. I compare myself a lot with other women who are turning 80 or way younger than me. And I look at them and say, there's so much as women that we can do to keep ourselves looking better. The clothing that's out there, the makeup that's out there.
How have you seen yourself evolve? Oh, that looks really good.
Well, you evolve in a lot of different ways. And one of them is coming to terms with life, being grateful for what you have. Every day I wake up and I look where I live, the husband, I have a cute little doggy and wonderful children that call and care about us. We're very, very blessed.
What do you want women your age to know now about beauty
A lot of your beauty in your face comes from the joy within. When you're happy with your life and yourself, you present that to people. You meet people in life and you're drawn to them immediately because of the happiness that they're exuding from their face. I think happiness from within is probably your biggest beauty asset. So if you're not happy, you need to figure out why.
Tony says you want to live in a beautiful state.
Absolutely.
And that shines from within.
The music, we play the music that we love. We sing the songs that we love. We go to church where we can feel that joy from other people. We have wonderful friends and we always are celebrating something. You have to celebrate the days in your life that you can. To all you women out there, I'm going to be 80 this year. It's really shocking to me.
Look at this. I'm so lucky to have such good genes when you're like, oh, you can't possibly be turning 57 this year. Oh, yes, I can, because I didn't just get good genes. She taught me how to be really loving, how to have fun, how to celebrate everything, just to have the courage to shine your light and to be your authentic self. There's our lessons of beauty this Mother's Day from our home and from my mom to you guys.
I love you, Allie.
Okay.
Thank you for celebrating
Love
me
you,
always.
Mommy.
I love you, sweetheart.